And what is the criminalization of homelessness?
So criminalization of homelessness happens I guess, in a few different ways, and I'll give some examples. So fundamentally, there are a lot of assumptions about anyone for whom the term homelessness is applied, because of course stigmatization, it revolves a lot around the labels people are given, and homeless is a label that is a stigmatized one, and there's a lot of assumptions that are in our cultures, plural, that people who are homeless, and we don't use that language anymore, and for lots of great reasons. It's better to speak about people who are experiencing homelessness. This is a way of getting away from the labeling. But for most people still do apply, this is a homeless person, as though that's their whole identity, and tied in homelessness based on movies we're exposed to, news pieces, conversations with family and neighbors. It can be synonymous with dangerousness and criminality. So there's a criminalization that attends the stigma of homelessness writ large. There are also many policies and laws that serve to criminalize people. So quote unquote Safe Streets Acts, for example. These are laws that allow for people who are out of doors, panhandling, these sorts of things, to receive tickets, and these tickets go on their records. Get enough unpaid tickets, you might need to serve a bit of time, and these things hang around as well. And that's one example. There are many other ways that people are criminalized. There's some that are written into law, like Safe Streets Acts. We've seen people arrested in encampments being dismantled, those sorts of things. So these arrests happen. As well as, generally speaking, there's evidence that people who experience homelessness and who quote unquote look homeless, aka look like they're impoverished, are more likely to get the attention of security guards, the attention of police, and be checked out, and kind of just and can face situations in which they face charges for various things like loitering or vagrancy and these sorts of things, or private property, trespass, all of these kinds of things. And these are trajectories that carry momentum in the sense that these charges can accrue and mount up, and unpaid tickets and all that kind of stuff. And then finally, imagine 6 years later, the person's finally, through a huge amount of work, has that apartment, is trying to pick things up again. And for their job, they need a driver's license. Then they've got a big problem because they've got thousands of dollars in unpaid tickets. The criminal history piece can come up, and looking for a job as well. That can really hold a person back, and people can cycle back into homelessness because of that criminal history that is set up for a range of different reasons. And for the majority, it has nothing much to do with what most people think of as criminality, as in somebody goes up and hits somebody else or breaks into their house and steals something.